Well, hey everybody, how are you? We're going to talk today about 3 tips for building a solid working relationship with your employer, your attorney employer. So let's hit it right away. Number 1, proofreading. Don't depend on spell check alone. Spell check is one of the tools in your arsenal in Microsoft Word, but there's nothing that will build your reputation, or it's one of the things that will build your reputation and trust with your attorney, who will trust your work and the product that you put out, documents you create, that they'll trust that you've taken it upon yourself to not only double and triple check, but at times quadruple check the document you're going to give them to perhaps make changes to. That, as far as you know, it looks great and it's 100% perfect. Now, they may make changes, and I've been known to make 6 to 10 revisions or more because the attorney is looking at it from a different perspective. It's not done yet, and when it comes to a 1 or 2 page document, you can proof that on your own, or 5-page document. But when you have a 10 or 20 page document, you may need to enlist the help of someone else to proof that document with you. You could read it and they could go through it, and 2 eyes are better than 1. And I've asked my attorney to look things over, of course, but I don't expect them to be my proofreader. They're not my secretary or my assistant. They are the people working on other things, and they have other worries and concerns. I need to make sure when I hand that off that it's as good as it's going to get for that revision. And then we go from there. Okay, so one of the ways I proofread, I use a ruler, and I'll go down the document line by line and focus on what it says. Not just the words, but that they're spelled correctly, but what does it say? Do the sentences make sense? And I go down line by line using a straight edge like this. A ruler or piece of paper will keep your eyes from getting overly tired, but you do have to focus. Okay, that's tip number 1. Okay, proofreading. Double, triple, and quadruple check your work. Number 2, when a mistake is made, and mistakes will be made, everybody makes them. They shouldn't be chronic or every day, but a mistake will occur. What you do at that point is so important. Number 1, own up to it. But before you own up to it, try to find out how to correct it. Or maybe you already know. But you've got to own up to it to the attorney and then say, I made this mistake, but here's how I'm going to fix it, and they'll be fine. Okay, if they're not fine and you've owned up to it and they're not acting correctly, you probably need to work somewhere else, to be honest. I'll be very blunt there. But attorneys overall love it when you tell the truth. They've had other assistants or other staffers along the way that did not do that. They don't need to worry about that with you because you'll be honest. Okay, so all along, every tip I'm giving you is building trust. Don't point fingers at other people. Come up with a solution. Pointing fingers and all of that is juvenile, and it's junior high stuff. Don't do that. Number 3, and this is a biggie as well, ask questions. Don't guess. No guesstimates or assumptions in the legal field. If you're guessing, you're afraid of the attorney, you're intimidated, you have to get over that and ask questions. Even if they intimidate you and you feel afraid, you have to still ask questions rather than guess and then you're wrong and here we go. Don't do that. If you have several questions, say, I've got several questions. I need to ask you this before I can proceed. And they'll say, okay. And take 5 minutes. Don't go into long explanations. Go over those. Have your legal pad with you, your yellow legal pad. and write down the client name that you're discussing and what the attorney said. Date that and keep that. Always keep your notes. Make sure they're dated and which attorney you were dealing with, if you have a couple you're working with, and the client name so you know what it was regarding. Keep all that very organized, all right? So ask questions. Paralegals, new paralegals, or any paralegal who doesn't ask questions really scare attorneys. Don't be that paralegal. Ask questions and take that time to do that. And if you have, you're going to have a few questions, group them together and just go over it all at once. Not piecemeal, 20 questions throughout the day. Try to keep it into, a time frame, because their time is money. The attorney's time is money. When they're not working on cases, they're not earning money, and that's on their mind all the time. All right, so have a great one. Any questions or comments, please post below. Would love to hear from you. Don't forget to go to the website, paralegalcoffeetalk.com. I'll put the link below. And check out the 19 alternative paralegal careers list. Just remember 19. And look for that. Sign up so that you can access other resources in my Paralegal Hub, okay? And in that area, the resource hub, will be a free chapter of my book called Legal Break-In. On the website, you can also purchase the book as well, but you can get a free chapter too, okay? That's my gift to you. 2 gifts to you and much more in the resource hub. So go to paralegalcoffeetalk.com and then look for the number 19 at the top, and you'll see that. Click on it, then click on the link and join the resource hub so you can get access to many more resources. It'll be worth your while. All right, have a great one, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.